Welcome everyone to my chess stream here on lichess and Twitch. My name on lichess is Sparklehorse. On Twitch we're playing as Slagi or Slagi, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It's a made-up name anyway. We're getting started with a simul here on lichess. It's basically a 40-minute, 40-second time control for 25 players, and first 25, first come, first serve. We're going to start in 1 minute. I'm going to start taking entries. My name is International Master William Paschall. I do a weekday stream here Monday to Fridays where I play Blitz and classical chess. This is my sole weekly simul every Sunday at 6:30 p.m. CET. Maten47 is on. Good to see you, man. Let me get it started here. Create simul. Standard chess. No variance. 40 minutes, 40 seconds, 20 minutes extra time, because the way these online simuls run here on lichess, the simul giver gets his clock running on all boards at the same time. Gets a little hectic, so the extra time comes in handy. And if you guys do choose to play, please be sure that you have enough time to finish the game. So I really don't want anybody entering, and it usually happens that we lose like 1 or 2 games because somebody decided to play but didn't really have enough time. So try not to do that. If you don't have enough time to play at least 2.5 hours, the longer games will last 2.5 hours at least. The longest games, basically, if you don't have enough time to play, don't sign up. That's where it's at. Otherwise, I just asked everyone has like an established rating of at least around 50 games or so on lichess, and we're going to get started. Thank you, Online Wiki, for the hosting, and Maten47 said great reviews the last simul. I noticed Dwayne Cadera. He was actually one of the players who I featured an interesting opening there in the Sicilian on the simul review on my YouTube channel, which is video chess training on YouTube. So check it out. Let's get started. I'm going to create the simul. Without further ado, it is a long enough time control, so I want to get this thing underway and make sure that we don't run over, because it is quite a commitment in terms of time. Andrea Peroni, Maten47. I accepted Lazar Kulich by accident. I should start from the bottom or something. Maten47, Dwayne Cadera, Paraode, PQLLED. I guess we did play before. Anto Johnson has played. I should actually click from the bottom, I guess, because these players have been there. The challenges are kind of out of order. Anto Johnson, Franco, a lot of strong players. 2100. Franco's up to 2261. He's another one of the games I featured from last week. Lazar Kulich is 2200. I just accepted Certainly Chess. Let me make sure that you qualify here, that you have enough rated games. He just barely makes the cut. PQ'd. This is a new account. You're over 50 games. Snowball I played today, so I'm going to let him go with 49 games. Salty Ego, HGG, Kyriakos, all you guys I know. Monday Guy from Tajikistan. Wow, he's got established ratings. Pawn Spanker, Steve Heyman, and Super Sebi. So we have room for 4, 5, 6 more. Pro Alper, CH Legends. Pro Alper may not have enough games. He does. CH Legends 2051, solid player. So quite a few candidate master types. Caracolo from Italy, 1400. I don't want everybody to be 2000 plus. It makes life very, very difficult for me. Another difficult player, GCEW, has given me trouble. I think this is going to close it down, guys, unless these guys don't have enough rated games. Glory Cola doesn't have enough games, so I'm going to decline that. It's a brand new count. Sorry I have to decline your challenge there, Glory Cola, because I really ask everybody has a established rating. Also, the same thing here. With Lunt, he doesn't really have enough games. Gloinbud. We're getting at the last moment. Gloinbud is going to go in. 25 players, guys. Gloinbud disappeared, so he missed his chance. Got his chance. Other guys, you just don't have enough rated games. I'm going to have to decline those. This VBIF also. It's funny that at the last minute, we have 25 accepted players. Never mind. I think Gloinbud did get in. We're going to start. 25 players. Sorry for the guys who were provisional. I just ask that everybody has an established rating because people have trolled me in the past. Okay, next week just play 50 games by then, and there'll be no problem. We're going to try to move it along quickly because I have a tendency to get chatting in the early going here, and then I get in time pressure. So unfilled. I'm going to play a little different and vary my openings as much as possible. Flicker Alex says, hi everyone, long time no see. Everything's good. Had a nice weekend. Other than Friday night where the aces cracked a meter, got hit. For the first time in a while in the poker tournament I played, the aces cracked a meter has gotten reset. Knight F3. Anto Johnson. Mostly I played Knight F6 against D4. Guys, I will try to answer questions in chat a little bit in the stream, but as I said, I'm going to try to move quickly when I can. Played a poker tournament on Friday night here at a Hungarian poker club, and was the first time in a while the old aces got cracked. Other than that, my weekend's been pretty good. We're going to be back streaming tomorrow morning, as we do Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 12:30 Central European Time. Franco's a tough opponent. I think I'm going to play E4 against him. I'm not sure I've done that before. Snowball, this particular player I played today in offhand game. Thank you everybody for joining me. Lazar Kolic, Dway Kadera, Perry Ode. All these guys are pretty strong, by the way. Those guys in particular. Soul to Ego, also a decent player. Sunbald, he's the last one to join. Yeah, you squeaked in there because there were some unrated players. Barely made it. Lazar Kolic. Let's play E4. I want to get a couple E4 games. And also E4, E5 with black. A little bit of classical chess. Perry Ode has been killing me with the Catalan. How can we avoid his Catalan? Maybe some kind of Benoni. Don't normally play D4, C5, but I have a friend of mine who's quite an expert in D4, C5, so I thought we'll give it a go. Nimzovich defense. Piertz defense. I've been known to play on occasion. It's not a regular opening of mine. Not really playing too many Knight F3s here. Mate 47 is a solid player. Kyrgios has also beat me the last time we played, I think. Not the last time we played. It was a couple games ago. But he is capable of playing a really good game. Mate 47, very tough. I managed to beat him just once. And Gloinbud, yeah, this guy, he's got 52 games, so he's just made the cut. And I think he was the last one to enter, too. Caracalo, I'm kind of pausing here. A couple of King's Indian attacks. No mercy. So I'll play Knight C3 against the Caro-Kann. Alright, let me see what we're doing. Wow, fun. I like the Trompowsky. We rarely get to face the Trompowsky here for some reason. I guess it's just not a trendy opening like it used to be. Dway Kadera with Knight F3 against my Nimzovich defense. Symmetrical English. Okay, guys. Move 2 and I'm out of book. How is that possible? Franco, 2000. I don't think that was Franco's first time being featured in my weekly simul review, guys. On my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training, I featured 3 games from last week's simul here on lichess. I devoted quite a bit of analysis to each one, like 20 minutes basically. Against Perry Ode, again, I'm playing an opening I don't normally play to try to get him out of his Catalan territory. The Catalan players, they really, really like to fianchetto that king's bishop. And sometimes if you get them away from that structure, they're a different animal altogether. So that's what I'm trying to do against Perry Ode. Get him out of his favorite pawn structure. I played e4 in like 2 boards, and I got e4, e5 on both, which is kind of funny. A lot of classical games today. Pawn spanker. I'm gonna play the Petrov against you. Keep you at bay. Certainly chess. Snowball. 2 knights variation of the Caro-Kann, as played by Bobby Fischer on several occasions. Steve Heyman with g6 against the English. Unfilled says, man, I hate playing against the English. That's good. That's the way we like to keep it. So Franco 2000. I really mostly play the Spanish. Every Wednesday I do when I'm playing e4 in the classical opening. I don't really play the Gioco Piano or anything like that. If you guys tune in on Wednesday mornings, I also do a special Blitz and Classical stream. What's F6, Andrea? You're getting weird on me. Looks like I'm playing Richard Rapport. You know, why don't you play G5 next? Rapport finding a way to be the only player to lose in the first round of Weekendse, of course. You know, this is the guy who won on my Hungarian Olympic team. Play G5 in just a random position against Pavel Elyanov. It's just ridiculous. He just needs to have his head examined. Okay, now Periodi's forcing me to play into the Benoni. That could be a problem. I wanted to see e4 there. So hunt the king. Anyway, it's exciting that Weekendse started. A lot of the games were really, really boring. Probably because it's like the first round and people are just kind of not taking any risk yet. Dwayne Cadera never saw knight c6 against e4. That's why I played it, sir. We try to keep those less experienced players in the dark. Mate in 47. So knight c3 against the Alekhine. And Franco played the bird's defense against me. Someone was asking about this in one of my streams last week or the week before. They didn't know that knight d4 was even a real variation. It is kind of surprising at first glance. Yeah, let's just exchange against Snowball here. Okay, Andrea Peroni is losing his mind. You've made 2 dark square moves in bishop g4. Pretty strange, 2 dark square pawn moves, the f6 and then bishop g4. Okay, you've got some retreat squares for your bishop, but I don't like this for black. HGG with a good move. He played e3 there. And what to do? d4 now? No. Next move, maybe. So anyway, speaking of Weekendse, it's actually our moderator's here. What's up, Saronche? So I was just talking about Weekendse and Richard Rapport in g5. Why doesn't he just play g5 on move 1? His opponent, like, what did he do? It was an English opening? Why wait until like move 4 to play g5? I don't understand. Will Rapport win any games, or will he go completely ballistic and lose all of his games? I don't know. Knight c3, g5. Could be a 4 knights English, which I do like. So against the bird's defense, interesting to see Franco play that. I kind of expected something more solid from him. Mate in 47 with bishop g4, and here I think I analyzed c4. Hunt the king. English defense, which I only really play against c4. Dwayne Cadera and bishop c4. Well, you can do that against anything, yeah. There's no way to avoid this kind of closed formation. I could play g6, I guess. Go into form of modern defense. Honestly, after like g6, d4, not sure what my position really is there. So we're on our own. Just resign. Elyanov won today against Van Welly. Yeah, poor Van Welly, like the only person playing a normal opening. He played a very standard looking Elyanov. Elyanov's a fighter. He's not like my favorite player, but okay. There was this game that he played in the European team championship against Beliavsky, which kind of disturbed me. It was like he just kept trying to play and like 100-move game against Beliavsky where he just basically like moved around and around for like 110 moves till Beliavsky finally, because he's like 70 years old, made a mistake or something. But it was a little weird. I thought he should have just like agreed to a draw, but whatever. It's a team tournament. Rapport. How did Rapport get invited? Just because he's playing such interesting openings. Okay, Benoni. Well, it's been a while since I played the Benoni, but we're going to give it a whirl. Pierce or modern defense? CH Legends 2051. What do I know about this? Not enough. Not enough. I guess I'll transpose to the Pierce, which I probably know a bit better. And then Super Sebi. Against F4, right. I was thinking about D5 here. Bishop D7 Caracalo, very strange move. But why not? Rapport is a little mentally imbalanced, apparently, to play such moves like G5. I don't know when he'll learn. I thought every year I think he'll chill out and stop doing crazy stuff, but he doesn't stop. Certainly chess. Let's try D4 in this 4 Knights English for a little change of pace. Steve Heyman playing the modern / King's Indian. Lazar Kulich with the standard Lopez. And then we've got a very interesting line of the Pana Botvinnik. Again, the Benoni. Periodi not playing the Fianchetto variation. Unable to play the Fianchetto. So hopefully that will benefit me. Alright, Queen B3. English defense. What was I thinking here? Saw a new idea in English defense recently. I don't know if I'll get a chance to use it. Okay, here we are. Bishop C5. A bit of a rare move. I think black normally plays C6. Is this some kind of mistake? Can white do Queen G4? What is up with like Queen G4 here? Attacking the G7 pawn. Is that an issue? I don't know. I honestly don't know, guys. I'm just afraid to go out on a limb here with so little time. I basically have to play all my games, with like 10 to 15 seconds per move. So I knew you were going to play Queen C8 Caracalo. I knew you were going to do that. Quite an interesting and original approach. And Snowball. Am I supposed to play Bishop B4 right away here against Snowball? I guess I am. Against Soltyiga, Knight C6. Just like the Nimzovich defense. Ah, yes. I wonder if I've ever played Kyrgios Pez. There must have been a game. We've played, 40 games plus. I must have played... I think I played Queen C2 against him once. I think he knew the theory in that. Monday guy, why are you offering me a draw? And tell me you're one of those guys who has to go. F4 from Gloin, but I think somebody did that against me recently. That is a really rare, really rare move. Okay, so Lazar and I are going to play An old school Lopez. It looks like D3. I want to try something new against Steve here, or play our normal stuff. Alright, let's just play our normal stuff. Bishop G5. And then there was this. So we transpose back to theory, I guess. In the birds variation, birds defense of the Lopez. Probably I should resign and hide myself under my blanket. Well, just play chess. That would be your best bet. So, an original opening against Caracalo. No, I think you just do your best to adapt. Oh, Pawn Spanker plays the Cochrane Gambit. Awesome. Awesome, man. It's been a long time since I looked at that. And then Bishop D3. So here, I was recently looking at something. I had the feeling. Perhaps an alternative to F5? But I can't recall. Oh, I know what it was. Yes, somebody was playing knight F6 in this position. But I don't know that. I don't know if it's good or not. Knight F6 instead of F5. Interesting idea. I'd never seen that before to this last week. GCW with C4. D takes C4 might be the main move. I had some weird ideas in this position. We'll see what goes down. Roasted Java. Glowing Bud H3. Well, so Super Seb, what if we try to do the Grand Prix attack type of approach? Like the Tal Gambit, HGG, critical line of the Panov. Black is playing D6 here. That's a good move order. Now F6. And what should White do here? Well, the E5 is a threat, I suppose. So D4. Interesting approach from Caracalo. I like this. He may have caught me napping in this position a little bit. All right, A6, Kyrgios-Pes. Rubinstein played that. No, maybe Rubinstein played against it. I'm trying to play like Rubinstein. I don't think Rubinstein played that with black. My mistake, Franco. Okay, so now that we've transposed back into theory here against Franco. I'm saying Franco. I meant Kyrgios-Pes. Got them confused. D5 from Hunt the King. And that D5 looks like it's new to me. Not sure what I'm supposed to do against D5. Well, I guess you just take on E4. There's a check on H5. That shouldn't really change anything. I take on E4 and then play knight F6. Maybe I had this before and I forgot about it. Andrea Perrone. What am I supposed to do here? I don't know. Let's just develop our pieces. All right. So everybody, Flickr Alex, what's up? Muck Image said, guys, I think, what is this? That the man on the bottom left is moving the little symbols around with the mouse. Yes, what is this? Strange. So it's the Pierce. What are we to do in this Pierce with f3, and I've already committed my knight to f6. Could be a problem. Better to leave the bishop on f8 in those lines. What is that strange little man doing? GCW, I had this very old analysis on this. I don't know if it's good or not. A very strange idea for black here. Alright. E4 opening the game. Bishop c5 from mate in 4-7. That doesn't look right to me. That's supposed to be like a knight coming to c5 or something. So I think that's fine. We'll just ignore it for now. Sunbald. Good enough, sir. Super Sebi. This is strange. It's basically... It's a Scandinavian where he's played f4 for free. And now he calls the question on my bishop on b4. I don't know how I'm supposed to react to that. Queen a5 doesn't really work. Guess we have to go home. We could play bishop a5 though. I get a strange feeling that's been played. I might have seen this somewhere. Knight takes e4 is a combination I could try. I think first we'll castle. And so this was the Rubinstein playing white in the game. And I had the same position against National Master Hal Terry once. I beat him. He used to play this with black. A very solid 2200 player. Knight bd7. So I can play knight a4. Forcing an exchange of queens. Maybe queen c2? Like a secret move. Alright. Caracalo did a crazy thing. He played e5. And certainly chess, bishop b4. So, it's funny, years ago, everybody only really looked at bishop g5, but it appears that g3 is a better move than bishop g5 there. Periode, bishop d3. I guess I've played this position with white a few times. I'm not sure about the move order, though. Is it better to play h3 first, and then bishop d3? What happens if bishop g4 here? I have the feeling this is a known pawn sacrifice, like bishop g4, queen b3, bishop takes f3, queen takes b7, knight bd7, with unclear consequences. So we're going to try that. Zaitsev variation from Lazar Kolich. Not really trendy, but a good system. PQLLED played e4. The other system is taking on d4. Oh, also bishop b4 check. Maybe that's my preferred approach. Bishop b4 check. The Cochrane Gambit. I love this opening. And now I'm supposed to play c5. Now the thing I like about this position is that I'm up a pawn. So if I play knight takes e4, or knight takes e4, d5, and the nice thing is I'd be trading pieces. Problem is I'm really far behind in development. I'm not that convinced by it. Take, d5, bishop d3, take. Even if I could trade queens, he'd have his bishops trained on my queen side. Not that convinced. b6. b6 looks okay. That weakens my e6 pawn, though. All right, let's try this simplification. HGG found the magic move, bishop c4. And then here, we normally have this position with a pawn on f2. Instead, it's on f4. It's really bizarre. All right. Guys, thank you for joining me here for the simul. Queen b3 from parody would have been, I think, a known pawn sacrifice. Roasted Java finds knight d2. Most people play knight g5, including myself. This move might be better. It's difficult to say which move is better. Looks like Andrea is getting himself in trouble on the d file. And then Franco castling. I'm thinking f5 is supposed to be good for white here. I thought there was analysis with f5 for black there. But then again, I think he's supposed to play f5 there. And then b6, Kyrgios b6. Hal Terry definitely didn't play that. Nor did Rubinstein's opponent. Queen b3. With the classic knight e5, just castle. What's the plan here for me? Cheveninga, welcome. Chessa Turco can never be in time for the simul. Jeroen, thank you for joining us here. I'm sorry you didn't get to join the simul yourself. I should always hold an extra place for you. I wish there was, instead of saying like sentences that don't end, I'm going to just say one sentence and finish it. I'm going to message the lichess administrators and demand that they start creating some kind of way to late join simuls. That's going to go on my list of priorities. Alright, Kyrgios, what am I supposed to do here? Knight e5 or castle? Well, I don't know. This is a nice central pawn. Okay, now Snowball lost the tempo. He played bishop d2, then bishop g5. That doesn't seem right. That does not seem right to me. Steve Heyman, bishop g4. Interesting. Kind of like my approach in the other Benoni. Alright, it's a little different position though. So GCW, I swear, a computer I had analyzed this position was okay for black a long time ago. It wasn't the latest stockfish, so I'm not sure if I should really trust the analysis. Knight g5 is a common move there, but it doesn't really do anything for white. So we're gonna revert to the old school. Standard Benoni against Para-Ode. Double attack is in the offing with Queen E4. Black can save himself. Bishop takes F3. So we're just winning a pawn in this position. Dwight Kadera, you remind me of somebody else I played this against. Another player, 95 from Certainly Chess. Certainly Chess, I've certainly seen this before. An aggressive knight maneuver, which is certainly interesting. Enough cheesy plays on words. Knight b6 or knight f6. Let's just stay solid. Now f4. I wonder if this is too early to try to play f4. Maybe I have another move here. Queen c2. Is my queen going to be misplaced if I play queen c2? And we are going to get in time pressure if I continue to think this long on all my moves. So it's time to just move it along, folks. All right. Lazar College played g6 now. That seems kind of weird. But why? I mean, normally they play like h6 first, but not really sure there's anything special I can do. PQLLED. That just takes too long to say. I had a game against somebody who like grabbed my pawn on c4. It felt like a computer. The time I played against that. The game with HGGG, I have talked about that. Some old chesslecture.com video, I'm pretty sure. We try to win a pawn here and get checkmated on d8. That'd be a good one. Like take, queen takes, rook takes, knight takes e4, rook d8 mate. Not good. What should I do? Like d4? Doesn't seem that convincing. This is a tricky situation. There's a silly mate on d8 in the key line. d4, a3 is not that clear. Perhaps I should somehow just keep the tension with like c6. Oh, this is so unconvincing. We are facing the old, my least favorite variation against the classical, in the classical King's Indian, probably the Averbach is likely going to be played. Never could find a good system against the Averbach. That was a tournament where a funny thing happened. I think I've told this story long ago on the stream, but many years ago, like 20 years ago, I played in this tournament in Syracuse, New York, called the U.S. Class Championship. And this was at the beginning of a time when they were experimenting with re-entering tournaments. And nowadays, FIDE has like disallowed that in FIDE rated tournaments, but at the time the rules weren't so worked out, and I was playing in an open section, and I played Semyon Palatnik, Grandmaster, as black in a Averbach King's Indian, and Palatnik basically what am I doing here, by the way? I don't like my game already. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I already don't like my game in this position. Wow. Palatnik ended up like beating me in the Averbach King's Indian, and I ended up withdrawing from the tournament and re-entering, and then like getting paired with Palatnik again in the same tournament with the same color. playing the same game again and like improving and drawing against him the second time. But it was totally illegal. Like, there's no way you can play the same person in the same tournament, even if there is re-entries. It was so stupid. All right. I already don't like my game. What the heck? Try to kill the bishop on there. I have nothing with white. I did something wrong here. I just have nothing. A3. I thought it was a normal move, but maybe in this position in after G6 it was too slow. We're just wasting incredible amounts of time here. B4. I don't like it. I just played a little bit too passively with A3, I guess. Knight F1. Knight F1. Maybe this is the only try. Alright, Queen C2, C7, I mean to say. Wow, that is surprising. With my queen on the C file, he plays that. This is strange. Alright. We are now going to get ourselves in time pressure, I guess. Got to go for it with F6. Speaking of F6, ironically, it's the best move in this position as well. That's a really funny coincidence. I guess Queen E7 here. Nothing wrong with Knight E8. I think I made the right call against Paraodi. I mean, he seems a little bit out of his element there in that Benoni. Very important to psychologically pick your openings, and it's good to have many openings. You can pick and choose what might like work better against certain opponents rather than others. And what does Queen A5 really do? Drop a pawn? That's a good idea. Yeah, hunt the king. I'm getting the weird feeling we had this game before. I don't know if it was against you or not, or who it was against. I don't recall. Andrea Peroni is in a lot of trouble. Okay, against Anto Johnson, he plays Knight F3 after all that debate. He ends up playing Knight F3 anyway. All my worry about the Averbach system just completely for naught. Okay, this is mate in 47. Yes, Queen B3 or E4. Salty Ego took forever to play the theoretical novelty Bishop E2. It's just a strange move, but I guess nothing wrong with that. It's a bizarre move. Certainly chess grabbing a pawn, which is natural enough thing to do, right? A natural enough thing to do. Grabbing pawns. So this is going to be quite sharp. Certainly chess. I opted to sack a pawn there with Bishop G2. What just happened? I just got automatically transferred. We have compensation for the sacrificed pawn. It's really a question of how much, I guess. E4. Maybe E4. Bishop G5. Tricky. Certainly chess 1851. A little worried about this. I don't know how much compensation I really have. I have to be careful. I have compensation, but it's a question of how much. And now we should have excellent attacking chances. It's Mr. Franco. Yeah, CH Legends. I'm not really interested in G5, H5. There. Now it's a different story. D4 wins a piece against Simbald. This is a blunder. Queen D2. Now I can do Queen A5. It's not really essential. Andrea. Andrea is a player who constantly finds bizarre sort of Zwischenzug type of moves to confuse me. Maybe bishop takes d5 here. No. It's all good. So GCW played queen d2, but all analysis with Engine, whenever it was, like a few years ago, was queen b5, and that was really the critical question, I think. Queen d2 is a little bit passive. I'm not under any doubts about the fact that I have compensation for that sacrificed pawn. Para Ode with queen g3. Ooh, this is a pretty weird situation. Oh, I dropped a pawn there against Para Ode. Knight a5. I hope Lazar doesn't know this too well. Now bishop takes f3. Should we just do bishop takes f3? I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Rook e8. And Franco, I have to be careful here because there's no way to checkmate him directly. I think we're going to play this like it's kind of a long-term positional sacrifice. Speaking of which, Lazar played c5 now. I don't know. This game is going to be tough. Soltigo said had company come over and didn't want to make any moves till they left. Yeah, I'm in Hungary. Muck image. That's my thinking. It's the you know, I haven't shaved and I can't stop rubbing that facial hair. It's an obsession. I need to shave. All right, c5. I think d5 here has its value. He saw my cheap trick. We're looking for counterplay. Is rook c8 a good move in this position? Objectively, I don't know. I'm not even sure what my plan is around here. We need to avoid getting any kind of complications. Very solid structure here against Snowball. I like my game. I like this because White's made the overextending move at move f4. Insult the ego with d3. Okay, man. Your position isn't very ambitious, but I argue that your position is probably okay. Well, Caracalo is getting mated, or should be. Mate in 47 made a crazy move now. Kind of an advanced cheapo. Wow. Where do you come up with that? That's crazy. b5. All based on his ability to play like bishop takes f2 check and win my queen on c2. play with poker chips instead of rubbing my chin if it makes you feel any better, guys. I get so nervous playing 25 people. Can't stop myself. Involuntary movements. We have to keep it moving. It's not easy playing 25 games at the same time, you know? So, this move really, really bugs me. Because I have nothing after that. Black's like, maybe even better. Alright, gotta move quickly here. My knight on h7 is kind of suffering. The game against mate in 47. Yeah, I'm not really thrilled about that. Now, a3 from Hunt the King. Anybody want to sacrifice a queen? Sound interesting? We're going to play positionally there. And then Steve Heyman did a crazy pawn sacrifice. How can you get away with that? All right. This Benoni is not my first opening. Not my speciality, so I'm a little bit worried that I might make a mistake. Try to play as aggressively as I can. Win a piece here. The main goal is not to get into ridiculous time pressure, I guess. I don't even see how to win material here. Knight takes g7. Probably like traps my own knight on g7. It's ridiculous. I get the most bizarre positions against this particular opponent. I don't know how I get into such positions. I just don't have time to invoke like insane complications playing this many boards at the same time. Certainly chess. He's playing pretty logically. Bishop g5. Roasted Java, as you prefer, with f3. This is probably a quite okay line for white. e3, knight e4. That's pretty complicated and strange. We've got some interesting games, some quite unusual positions in today's sessione. Super Sebi. I don't know, d5, c5, excuse me, c5 to try to liberate the pieces. Looks like interesting try. No way to checkmate, Mr. Andrea Peroni. No way to checkmate, it appears. Get our pieces developed. This has got to be checkmate very soon. You guys don't have to move fast because I'm moving fast. You know, you do realize that, right? I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Picked off a piece there. That should be a winning position. And then this one, you got to be a little bit careful. Bishop g5 pin. Don't think it's that bad. We have knight h5 in some positions as well. Knight a4. Knight a4. What does it even do? HGG, that's not really a typical move, but I guess it's not bad. I have played this position a surprisingly high number of times, believe it or not. Rook e1. A tactical idea, but not really attached to other plans. Mostly white plays bishop e3 and bishop f4 in that position. Don't want to give him any. I don't want to give him too many hints of what his plans should be. Your friend has just started watching. Mate 47. You have 36 moves to be mated. Now let's get one of these mates anyway. Where's the mate? There's still no mate in 1 in this position. Oh, so frustrating. Saltigo. Now, can that really be a good move? Bishop g4. Why not? This is a strange situation against Steve. Maybe we'll play h3 and force his hand here. Certainly chess, playing very logically. Normally I wouldn't mind trading pieces here, but my bishop's pretty powerful. So I'm going to refrain from that. Main 47, you're not very friendly. Not being very friendly. I'm a little worried about this position. This has gone south with the b5 move. Like, I don't know how he came up with that idea. Who would play b5 there? That's... wow. I thought that was my side of the board. I reacted badly, though. I probably had something better. Anyway, enough complaining. Let's get to the final position here. Okay. What is he threatening exactly? I see. Rook c8. Too many strategic games here is making life a little difficult. Making life a little difficult for me. All these games, all these complex positions. Rook d8. I need to get my knight back in the game here. The h7 knight. Oh man, rook a3, the standard antidote. He's like asking me to play knight c4. It's so bizarre. Yeah, time is going to be our biggest enemy. So e6 here. We got to just move it along, folks. Taking too much time. I can't find mate in ones. I probably missed a few there. Anto Johnson, we're like in mainline theory in this position, and I think Roman actually analyzed bishop g4. It's probably not the main move. I think that's what we looked at, though, many years ago. So now, man, what, f4? A5 is a strange move by black here. I don't think my move was all that convincing either. Knight takes b2. What is the deal with this position? What am I supposed to do? It's so strange. The rook on b3. Threatening rook a8. Bishop d2. Do I have a mate in one? Not apparently. Alright, we have a free-for-all attack on the king side there. Just, we're free rolling. Go for the bishop with g4. For the sake of simplification, maybe. Oh man, Andrea is in deep, deep trouble. He always sidesteps forced wins quite proficiently. Play the check first. Our main hope now is to avoid man, come on now. What am I supposed to do here? Queen h5. Looks good. Avoid what? I started a sentence and did not finish it. Bishop g7. Avoid complications when in time pressure. Salty ego. Going a little too far there. And finally, we got a mate. We have mate. Not on this board, unfortunately. Not yet. This looks pretty good. That's what we expected. All right, as long as I'm over 20 minutes, I feel fairly confident. I wanted to develop the rest of my pieces here. Again, queen sacrifices doesn't look sufficient. The old development of pieces might come in handy. Okay, salty ego, dropping everything to try to win my e5 pawn. Is that really serious? You gotta be kidding me. You can give me everything to win that? I would think I could take on e4 here, then play knight takes c2, and then win his rook, and let him take on e5, and then laugh at him. Let's do it that way. Kyriakos. So this interesting gambit reminds me of some lines of Queen's Indian and others where white sacrifices a pawn on the king's side. Bishop g5. Bishop h4, sack a piece. Can't really do that. Certainly chess. Never played this guy before. His ratings are not that high, but I'm pretty scared that I don't have enough compensation here. Maybe we can do g4. Just go for it. Go for the kill. I guess I was preparing f4, but he's got like bishop c6 or something. Alright. g4 or f4? I'm not at all in love with that game against mate in 4-7. Don't like my position too much. As for this one, I can't really recall what I'm supposed to do next. I think I have to take, try to trade dark square bishops or something of that sort. And GCW looks like he's in trouble here with my innovative gambit. E5, just developing a piece. Well, preparing to develop a piece. Shutting down his pieces. Or knight e5, like trying to kill him with knight d3 check. Because developing pieces is better. Yeah, I was afraid a little bit of that long diagonal there. He's shutting down my threats. Looks like we're going to have to close up the position here. Maybe I should trade on f3 first. Maybe not. No, we can keep a powerful bishop on f5. This ought to be a mate, but I don't see it. We just have to take. Bishop g5, c6, very important move in this position. And I guess knight e7 was my plan. This looks... We don't really have time to answer to the questions. Is the knight c2 Wenga boy? I don't know. Yeah, maybe winning, but whatever, it's winning. Winning is winning, and it doesn't matter like how many pieces you take to the grave. As long as I'm still winning. I'm not sure. I didn't have time to calculate everything. Maybe knight e5 here. No. We'll just keep the structure. I don't know. Looks like he has some compensation there. Castle. I prefer not, I think. I prefer not to castle kingside here. This looks like it should be a better ending for white. Maybe some kind of bishop versus good knight versus bad bishop, something like that. Bishop's not that bad. Fairly sure this was a Gingy analysis position. White's still okay though. Roman's lines there were a little bit sketchy. Some variations were a little bit sketchy. Bishop g4. Okay, this is lost. Is there a mate or not? 'Cause this is driving me crazy. No mates. Queen e7. Yeah, now I'm taking on c2, and I don't really believe white has enough. Still no mate. I could try again. I don't see how to checkmate him here. I just don't see how to checkmate the guy. Knight takes. He has this in-between move, which is very annoying. Knight to b4 or not. He's going to castle queenside. White is ready to castle queenside. Knight b4 is interesting. Knight d4 is interesting. Good ending for me here. We can take on d5 against Franco, but he has rook e5. That's apparently the whole concept. Which is pretty disturbing. Rook e5 magically solves all his problems. Not completely. Alright, I'm not a believer. Time seems to be the only real problem around here. C5. That's a pretty anti-positional move. But I guess he has some ideas. Tactically. It's a pretty strange move to play, honestly. Knight b3. But not strange if you think about it in terms of winning my pawn on e4. This game looks pretty strong for black. Rook e3. Entirely new idea. Wow. Oh man, the only way my knight can get back in the game is via e6 here. Or d7. Okay, d7's not so bad. Can play knight f8 first. It feels like my clock is just running out. Maybe queen e6. Good enough. We gotta try to keep it simple where I can, because once time starts to become an issue, I'm gonna be in trouble. I think we get our knight back in the game now. Oh man, that was a blunder. Alright, never mind. Hopefully not something that will affect the result of the game that much. Man, queen e3, kind of nasty. Yeah, this game is starting to scare me a little bit, to be perfectly honest. This guy scaring me. Andreas king is not safe. Four wins already. No, knight c2 wasn't the best move by me. We really need to get coordinated here. Knight h5. Yes, I know about that. This is a very, very bad game. But he's defending. I was worried about queen a4 check. Can't he just do that? You missed queen a4 check, Saldigo. You need to pay attention, man. That would have been significantly better than the game continuation. Too many guests at dinner for salty ego. Wonder if trading here would make sense. I'm not sure if that's the right plan from Anto Johnson. Trading the queens, unconvincing. I better play a4. Man, Ponspecker, he likes to get in time pressure. He took 10 years to play this. Where do you come up with this? You have the imagination, man. Incredible imagination. have c5. No, I don't. This sort of looks like a problem. Here I was banking on my development, which looks good. So Anto Johnson now, I could take with the king, but then e5 check. We're going to have to sacrifice the exchange in any case, I guess. How much do I get for the exchange? Not enough. Oh man, that's a tragedy. Are you kidding me? We're going to lose the exchange no matter what I do. This is a strange position with that rook on b3. Very, very odd position for a rook and a Benoni on b3. But what can I do? What can I do? Check. There's no check. And meanwhile, my time is just like burning out. This looks good. Man. Knight takes f5. You can play that. Knight g5. Rook takes queen, knight takes check. King g8, knight takes d8. Quite an interesting position. Lazar let me take with h takes g, which seems to help white there. My knight is ridiculous on h4 in this position. I've been getting lured into weird positions that I normally wouldn't really go into, it feels like. It's a very awkward queen now. Probably e4. Look at this coordination that black has here. He sacked a pawn for this position. Wow. f5. Roasted Java. King e2 is a very odd move. And I'm very happy that you didn't play something better than that. I'm lucky I wasn't lost by force here against Dway Cadera. It's kind of hard to say his name. This is just a really strange position. Tactically, not afraid of anything. Things could go south here. Anto Johnson's taking me out. Totally lost against him. Overlooking that tactic completely was pretty devastating. We have quite a few strong opponents. PQLLED played this very well too. I like Black's game. I think it's perfectly okay. And then Paraode adapting with Rook B3. That's one of the most original maneuvers I've ever seen, I think, in the Benoni. It looks against Lazar Kolic, I thought I had a good game after H takes G. But it's not so easy. I need to maneuver, I guess. My knight on G3. Tricky. How to improve the position is not so obvious. You know, maybe I don't have anything here. And I definitely analyzed this position before Pawn Spanker. One of the only games where I know what's going on, to be honest. This is just too strange. Black's play and speed of play is pretty strong. Into the pin, not afraid at all. I would be terrified with Black there. I would be scared, you know, to pin myself in this type of position, but Black is not afraid. I don't think I'm going to make it in this game. Don't think I'm going to win this one. The other player may have left the game. That's odd. We'll give him one more chance. I haven't seen that message in a while. Anto Johnson won't be the first time he beat me. Now, so here, I thought might have something on the dark squares. E5 with another tactic I didn't see. Oh man, it's just absolutely devastating. Dwayne Kadera, you remind me of someone else. A certain player we played here on the stream quite a bit. If you guys have like more than one account, you know, let me know if I'm playing the same player. I'm in trouble here too. Might be necessary to play the very ugly E5. That was the move I expected earlier from CH Legends. But Dwayne Kadera said that's the first time he's faced this, so if he's telling the truth, then he's not the same person I played before. Knight C4 now, Lazar. What is Lazar doing? Oh, he's recirculating his knight back to B6 from where it may play a role in the oncoming game. King on H2. What am I to do about that? There's nothing I can do. It's so strange. My knight will have to relocate on G7. Now, I don't know which is better. Bishop F5 or taking the exchange here. Bishop F5 looks pretty scary. I think I'd rather have that bishop. What happened now? Another tactic I missed. Looks like it. Well. Looks a little scary. Maybe knight takes e5. It's okay. I mean, I can protect it, right? F3. We need to get in F3. But when? Mr. Knight C4 is coming in. Oh, what a happy surprise that will be when he has that move ready. Just waiting to play that on me. Black's played this awfully well. Rook E1 or something? There is no good move. I'm just dead here. This is just dead. Deadsville. Nothing for the exchange. Another good move from black here. Rook E8 or F6? I guess F6 was my plan. That is a very strange move from CH Legends. Looks like I can get in C5. My king is still in the center. I still think probably in my best interest to play C5. I don't have to play it right away. I can wait. Maybe I can wait another move or two. Even play A5, A4 actually. It's kind of weakening though. Is this the right thing to do? I'm not even developed here. I'm not even developed. Bishop D3. I think I've seen something along these lines before. Queen A4. Now you're not trading queens. I'm just trying to avoid exchanges against Anto. GCW offered a draw in this position. That is a strange offer. Not a position where you'd really expect a draw would be a likely result. Knight D3. Wow, Queen C7. My queen is hanging. We're on F7. What to do? F5. Holy cow. We just ignore it, I guess. What can I do? Ignore it. This position has to be... This has to be game over. Wow. White just played F5, opening up the dark squares without fear. Totally resolute concept. Lucky I wasn't losing against the way Cadera there by force. E5 is an ugly move to have to play. This Roasted Java played that well, pretty well, I think. What is going on now? It looks like black has a couple ideas. A4? This is a strange position. Yes. What a subtle idea. Knight D2. That's played quickly. Rook E2 was my concept. I keep feeling like I'm up a pawn in this game, but I'm not up anything, and I need to be really careful All right. Steve with a very creative pawn sacrifice. I gotta give you credit for that, man. I mean, where do you come up with this ultra positional pawn sacrifice? Okay, it's like a Benko type of idea. Natural enough. Now the F5 thing. I mean, takes E6 and I'm hosed here. Or maybe, I don't see what I could do really. Take on F5. Maybe I'm panicking for nothing. But then he has G6 with counterplay. Probably best to just drive him back. Good game here. Looks like we're winning a pawn. And this should be mate. Easier said than done. I've definitely analyzed this, Mr. Pawn Spanker. We're still in my book. Queen A5 check. Post draw for B3. Man, this is just craziness. Craziness. Knight D7. I don't like this position. I don't like the feel of this game. I don't like the feel of this game. No idea what to do. I have no attack, no plan. Switch to get off the file where I'm pinned. And my knight on c4 is kind of stranded. Yes, bishop b4. Good idea, but wow, what was I thinking? I forgot my bishop wasn't protected. Good idea, but the right moment. I have bishop f4. Kidding me. You are kidding me. Right? Rook c2. Roasted Java, scaring the living hell out of me here. G5 or maybe C5, but it looks like I'm getting wasted in the center. So I probably have to do like G5. I wasn't sure what's going on after this. This is pretty bizarre. Maybe I should just play C4. Yeah. It's possible that Lazar messed that up, kind of misplayed this. I'm going to sacrifice a piece here. I don't know if this is good enough. We're definitely going to go for it. And now I'm terrified of this position. I have to close it up. Queen A6. Wow, man, that's pretty strong. Rook A1. Discoveries. Bishop there, yes. I don't know what to do here. Knight takes e6 just fixes the whole structure. I have no threats. Just no idea what to do. Need a plan. Now what, rook d7 or something? This guy's pretty strong, man. He's already beaten me once. Let's hope it's the last time. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that position either. Now we try to blockade. Man, this is bad. This is really bad. Losing a lot of games here. A lot of games. Looks like. Is this going to help me? I don't think so. We should try to blockade this position, but how? Rook c8, no good. Rook d8, not really. We got it here. Bishop takes b2 check. Feels like it has to be a mate. I'm not certain. Maybe there's a better order of moves. Bishop takes b2 check. Or even rook b6. This position, jeez. I don't like the look of this, man. This guy's just wasting me positionally, like. Bishop c6, back and forth. Now I think it's time to play b3. Can trade. I didn't want to trade, but I guess I'm going to have to. I don't have to. I can play rook e7, actually. Kind of risky, though. But why not? What if I take on d3? He's left with the worst rook ending. Well, there's a move I didn't calculate. But I can just take with the bishop. We should be able to squeeze him now. This looks pretty good for white. What am I doing? Like, walking into a deadly threat? Better to go to g3. Oh my goodness. Knight takes f7 check. Doesn't work. a5. Wow, that's a very calm move under the circumstances. Here. Man, I missed that. That's good. That's a good move to miss, but this has to be good. This should be a winning ending. Sorry guys, there's just no time to commentate many of these games. We should be winning here. which way to do it. Well, winning is a little bit exaggerated, I guess. Just don't play knight c7 yet. e5. How can you do that? Wow, dude. Seriously? Now we're threatening knight b3. I have no threats on the king side, which is always good. Pretty interesting game. No threats on the king side at all. Just doing whatever he wants in this position. Just put the knights on the side of the board. There's no danger. No danger at all. And this was a funny position. Oh, I didn't even see this. D2 check. That's convenient. Lucky. Hunter King was in trouble and he couldn't find a good move, but I guess knight e2 is a try. This ending is slightly better. Got a good structure. Best I could come up with in time pressure. This is analyzed by me a long time ago. I didn't think the pawn spanker has enough there. Whoa. Another pawn sacrifice. That's thematic. And Nazar Kalic is in trouble. He's like trying to evacuate now. Evacuation has been called. Maybe g5? Then I close the lines against my own attack. Very nice structure. 2 pawns up. With compensation. Mate in 47. Imprisoned my queen. We need to break out somehow, and I think a3 might just help him. Alright, we're getting a little bit too low on time. This looks lost for me. Nice rook maneuver. Pretty difficult to survive this. So thematic. This game is looks like it's over. Queen e8. I don't mind trading queens in principle. Getting kind of low on the clock. That's a good move. Queen b4. Saving his life. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to play rook d6 probably. Maybe it does actually. Okay, I don't recall this being a move. I think we win it. Oh my god. I forgot it's check on d6. Well, alright. Okay then. Rook e8 check. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes pawn. Bishop h4. Take with the rook, I guess. Certainly chess is certainly scaring me. Once again, we can take this guy. No, I drop a piece. It's all magic. It's like playing Houdini. I can resign here. This player I know I have no chance against. Just feel it. I just feel it. Rook takes d6. Really? Not possible. Unless I can sack a piece temporarily. Rook takes d6. Knight takes c1, e5. It's sort of fantasy. I'm sure he has lots of answers for that too. No way to defend e4. I'm just going to resign this one. That game was pretty frightening. Wow, a sacrifice now. With knight takes e3 from PQLLED. Alright, this one is not as clear. Maybe I can survive this somehow. Although it does look scary. Probably I should take on d5. White doesn't have immediate threats. He has queen h7. I was thinking of giving up the two rooks. Look at this rook, how it coordinates with the rest of the pieces. That's pretty impressive. Giving up the two rooks for the queen. Really low on time. On most boards, of course. Certainly chess may or may not be an engine, but it certainly feels like a possibility. If he's not, he played master level positional game. Like, it feels suspicious, but I'm not going to accuse anybody. I mean, it could just be a really great game from a human player. In any case, it wasn't just like he got lucky or something. I mean, the guy just totally positionally trashed me. Yeah, I think we should probably trade pieces here. Man, this is scary. I have 92. 92, and then again he's got intermezzos and stuff. And this is also tough position. I was originally going to play knight d1. Maybe that's best. I'm in this eternal pin 7 different ways. Facing all kinds of nasty stuff. I don't know, knight d1 or knight e2. This game was just me blowing an exchange. There's no excuses for this. I don't think there's any way to survive. Totally paralyzed. You guys are pretty good. what's going on in this ending? I should be clearly better. But it's hard to improve my king position with the double rooks on the board. Never mind. Let's go back here. Not really sure what I was thinking about here. Increased chances of survival somehow. I'm getting brutalized on more than one board. Maybe I should just take here. Nah, maybe not. I guess it doesn't really matter if I trade queens or not. It's going to amount to the same thing. I think it's just going to amount to basically the same thing. Now I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, I remember. Yeah, like self-mate. I wanted to like self-mate myself in this position. That looks like an ideal concept. Speaking of getting brutalized, he's 1400 in bullet. Well, that's not too many games. This guy's really strong. Was I thinking b5 or something? b5 takes. He offers me a draw. Why would you offer me a draw here? All right. I don't know why you would offer me a draw there, just to be a nice guy, I guess. But I'll take it. Lost against Anto Johnson. This is a lot of development, but no way to put him away. I have knight b3, winning a piece or not. Yes, now I realized I had c5. I didn't see this earlier. Now Lazar is in trouble. Now, shouldn't this be a mate somehow? Not so easy. Rook takes f5 is interesting. Probably has some remarkable defense there. Perhaps we should just take back. I don't have a lot of time. Rook takes f5. f6 is a problem. Yeah, this is pretty terrifying as well. Rose to Java. Playing some good chess. Quite dynamic. He's got a solid 30 games, 400 games in bullet. He's not bad. Knight takes f6, I guess. I don't know what else to recommend here. And we can hang on against Dway Cadera. Also played a very tough game against me last time. Ugh, this looks like resigns. We will play it out a little bit more. Okay, so a4. Getting the queenside moving? Or is that a bad idea? Good idea or bad idea? Or b4? As the time pressure sets in, so PQLLED, I thought you had, you know, better chances with something like bishop b6 maybe, but it was pretty complicated. So I'm not sure. Tough call on your part, you know, whether to do the taking or just play like a retreating move. Um, all right, enough time wasted here on this move. I think I'm getting with the queen. A knight takes is also possible. The idea of knight to d5. Maybe that's actually safer. No, I don't think black can defend this. Your guess is as good as mine. Maybe I should take with the king. Taking with the king, is that actually safer? Probably is. Oh. Oh no. Well, the big question on everyone's mind, g5. I don't like my chances here too much. Only move. But now I'm thinking black's king side looks worse than mine in this position. f4. f4 may not be necessary. I don't know. I mean, knight c1. Bishop takes b1. There's something bizarre about this situation. Like I can't win a piece. Are you serious? Not so clear. I am running out of time. Right. Queen d7. Defending the old f5 pawn. Man, this position is unbelievable. There's no way to do this. Bishop g7 check doesn't work. I mean, this is hard to believe. I couldn't find a win there. I could not find a win there. Rook e6. Snowball, I forgot it's you, man. I didn't realize it was somebody as high rated as 2088. Did not realize that. Thought it was a lower rated player. Okay, here we just play our game, I guess. The c4 pawn looks bad. Should attack it. When in doubt, attack said pawn. Man, all right. This doesn't look healthy. I think I can pretty much resign. Yeah, Anto Johnson, the game man. Queen d4 check. I'll resign that. That's second loss for today. And there's this move. Knight c1. I had e4 in mind. All right, rook e5. He has an answer for everything. It's really bizarre. I'm getting very low on time there. I have to be very careful here. said position. This is actually worse than the other way. I probably should have played it the other way. Okay, knight takes e6. Okay, I'm still alive here. Castling queenside might be safer than castling kingside. Maybe h3 first. Sack 2 pawns, then trade queens. This is standard stuff, right? All right, I'm not a believer, but it's probably enough. Now this is not a good king and pawn endgame. Not a good king and pawn endgame for him. So we should be winning this position. Too much space against Lazar Kulich. It gives up the exchange now. Good practical try. I guess he had miscalculated. Yes, my rook is attacked. We go for a pawn. Very hesitant play by me. PQLLED, I think he had a good game and he screwed it up. I was very, very worried about that one. And I think that he just squandered his advantage with a premature tactic. White has compensation here is not a question. Not a question. Well, this was a bad decision for Snowball to go into the king and pawn endgame. King and pawn endgame. Not the best option. This is a game I've been like paralyzed brutally the entire time. There's nothing I can do but like sit and wait to be squished into little pieces. But perhaps I can blockade the position and just hang on, because it's pretty closed. I don't know what the best plan is. Sit tight. This was a cute tactic by me, if I do say so myself. Yeah, this is too much space. But he found a way to defend there temporarily. Wow, h takes g. We just wait. Castle queenside, I guess. It looks awful, but safer than the king side. Rook takes f4 with a back rank mate for black. And all sorts of ridiculous defenses. Or knight takes f4 with no threats. Which one do you prefer? Yes. Yes, good move. He has an answer for that too? Man, kidding me. Okay, this is starting to anger me. Okay, rook d8. Just has to be too much space in that board. My king. I don't know what to suggest here. Why don't I take on g2? This is insane. HGG. My king would do better on a white square. Oh man, it's just not enough control of the white squares yet. We need to evacuate. This actually, I'm lucky to be alive in this game. This game looks like I was toast. Knight takes e6, queen takes e6. I was terrified of this game too. Looks like I'm winning now. But there is that nasty back rank mate. Knight g5 resigns. He's got an answer for that too. So we won a piece. We thought we won a piece, but we actually won nothing. I'm a freaking genius. Wow, I can't even count. That is amazing. Can't count. Knight takes c4. Queen takes c4. With a better structure. What do you guys want to do here? This is crazy. I think we take with the knight on c4. That was the plan. Play the better structure. Bishop. That bishop is pretty dodgy. Rook b3. I guess I should take. This should be a winning ending. My bishop sucks though. The bishop on h4. Okay, this game. Roasted Java. Just happens to have 1 minute and 17 seconds left. Don't like this game. Knight h5. It looks like I'm going out of play if I do that. Yes, c4, a good move. White should be in Zugzwang there eventually. Not really sure. I don't think I played this correctly. I gave black way too much counterplay. I got the bad bishop myself now. Yes. And I had a miscalculation here. I thought I had rook c6, but hunt the king. Actually playing one of the best games he's ever played against me, if not the best game he's ever played against me. I thought I had rook c6, which loses immediately. So I cannot afford for my structure to get destroyed. Therefore, d5 or d6. And now I can win the exchange. Did I have that last move and I didn't see it? Well, the c7 was hanging. All right. I guess this is a draw. He has an answer for everything. It's ridiculous. My queen is basically trapped in the middle of the board here. It's always good. I guess I have to play f5, which is grotesque. e5. It's also grotesque. Yeah, this doesn't look healthy for me. HEG's played some tough games against me before. This is not a first. I can give up the exchange if I have to here. I'm not really thrilled about it. Maybe we can shield our king, like bishop f5. This rook ending looks suspiciously drawn. I hallucinated I was winning a piece. It was quite a defense there. Now how to get my bishop back in the game. It's absurd. Wow. Rook h4. Rook e3. Just g3 would be a little less dangerous, maybe. Okay, this is a simple winning king and pawn endgame. Let's not mess this up. We got the queens off the board there. That's a good step in the right direction. Make lift. And then, okay. We survived this scary position. Thought I was dead. My white squared bishop is something interesting here. Yes. I was afraid you'd do that. Oh, of course. I had to give back the exchange now. Really happy about that. And, well, A6 looks like a good start. A5. What am I doing? Knight D2. We're kind of paralyzed here, in case you guys didn't notice. Knight check. Anybody? No. There's no mate. How many games am I playing? Like 6 games left? This is really unpleasant. This is suspiciously drawn. I mean, I'm going to offer a draw there. Whoa. Bishop E4. We got the blockade here. We should be okay. With a strong blockade. No, maybe that's not the best move. H4 though. Blockade with a knight. Wow, how to get my bishop back in the game. Not really easy to do. Oh, he's going to play G5. Ah, G5. And this game is really scary. He didn't accept my draw. in this position? You're playing for a win, like a pawn down, or like what? What's the concept? GCW is playing for a win. Interesting. All right. Thank you for coming to your senses. The knight does happen to have some squares. Wow. Bishop takes f3? Oh no. Maybe that wasn't the best move. I'm about to lose on time against Franco. Yeah, this is an amazing resource. Rook f7. Yeah, that was a really good idea to put my pawn on the white square over there, but it's probably still not going to kill me. Now I should be able to trap his knight. And g4. No time. Loses a pawn. Should be winning here. Now this ending was not what we had in mind. HGG just played fantastically. Blockade. Hunt the King had a good game, but it wasn't quite enough. Concept is to win on time. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't like to lose on time. Yeah, rook takes f5. It's not good. Maybe it's too dangerous. But I don't see what he can do to me on the white squares, really. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to make progress or just draw here. The Due Cadera is better, but I mean, objectively, this position is probably equal. In fact, I could play rook a7, but then, yeah, maybe I should. Maybe he's drifting a little bit. Wow. White's falling apart. Knight a6. Not so easy. Alright, that's enough time pressure. This position kind of awkward. guess I'll accept a draw there, PQ. I don't know if I'm a little bit better, but I think it's a fair result. This is probably a draw as well. Whoa. Okay. There are going to be some draws, it looks like. Oh no. Hunt the king found that move. Darn, that was a scary moment. I thought I was toast in another game. A5? How do I make progress here? Knight h4. Alright, we got him in the situation where his rooks look a little awkward. Oh, still, it's not that clear. Up a pawn here with some winning chances, it appears. Rook e3. Wonderful. So nice to have you visit. Which pawn do you want? And now rook a6. This looks hard to make progress, I will say. I'm going to keep trying. Now about this position. Queen takes g5. Or do we do pawn takes g5? My queen has been trapped the whole game. But if I take with the queen, yeah, it's probably okay, actually. Releasing my queen from its plight. This position is looking pretty difficult for me to win. Rook there. Okay. This has been a really, really tough game. It's just ridiculously tough. Franco, he's up over 2260 now. Rook takes f1, e1 takes rook down. What should I play? Queen f2 maybe? It doesn't do anything. Like trap my own queen. Not really sure. All right. What's the deal now? We are in serious time pressure on a few boards. We can manage. That's like a trick too. Well, that's very interesting. That's really interesting. Wow. this is lost. Snowball has 20 minutes. He needs to take his time. There's no excuse for having 20 minutes left. Someone's asking if lichess has automatic cheat detection. Well, I think the whole concept is kind of a fantasy of automatic cheat detection. We're going to try to survive here in this awful position. I need to improve my king somehow. I thought maybe I had a move, but apparently not. Main 47 has that taken care of. Holy crap. Just no moves. Zugzwang on the whole game. How strong is he? Taking over the initiative a little bit. Yeah, I don't see what I'm supposed to do here. This is like game over. Okay, it's opposite colored bishop, so I guess there's some theoretical chance of survival. HGG just made a strange move. I thought he was virtually winning, and now it's like I'm not really worse. Maybe I'm wrong, though. I might be misevaluating this. Take, take, there, there. Oh, this is, yeah, it's still not clear. Looks like I'm going to lose this. Knight G3. There's no move. I guess I have to play this. Franco, interesting player. Interesting game, as always. I don't know about this. Rook D8. Wow. I mean, zugzwang the entire game. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, this move. A blunder from Franco. Very, very lucky there. He had almost a winning position. I thought it was a winning position. That's the second time in a row he blundered in a very interesting position. I didn't think he would have the guts to pull this off. Does that work? Doesn't work. Roasted Java may have finally also made a mistake. Okay, time pressure, you guys know how it feels now. And that rook on b5 has been driving me nuts the entire game, but maybe I should leave it there. Yeah, that's my argument. If you're talking about like sites catching cheaters, the pay sites have a harder time. You know, in my experience, nobody ever banned anybody on ICC when I reported them for cheating. Whereas on a free site like here, they're going to get caught. I think he wanted to play rook takes b4, but didn't see rook takes f3 there. So it was a bad miscalculation by Roasted Java. Now he's like lost. He got in time pressure finally, and that started to be too much. And Steve Heyman, so everybody now understands what it's like to be in my shoes with the time pressure. What a crazy position that is. H5. My rook needs a square. This is interesting. What a king and pawn endgame after all this, HGGG. Who would have imagined? Well, how am I making progress here? Oh, yes. And this is lost for Snowball, who put up a great fight. I ought to be careful about this one. This position isn't going to win itself. Rather awkward. We should be winning. But it's not easy to see how exactly I'm going to make progress. Man, this game was just a positional nightmare. Is there a way to survive? My king is paralyzed, but I have e3 now. Is there some kind of trick or something with e3? I feel like there's some kind of trick. There has to be some kind of trick with that. Bishop d4. Where's the trick? Mate in 47. This almost has to be a draw. Hard to calculate there. There's a small chance I could survive against mate in 47, but it's feeling like it's a miracle if I do. Still paralyzed, threatening mate in 1 on me. Nothing like that. The happy feeling of the mate in 1 threat. Okay, I've got a 3-on-1 majority on the queen side. That should be winning against Roasted Java. S and the sacrifice. So I guess it doesn't matter. Rook takes b6 and rook takes d6 are the same thing. More or less the same thing, but I had this trick, right? Rook takes c2 check. And the question is, you know, is that good enough? What should I do here? This is probably a draw no matter what. I guess I could lose. Now I technically have more space than him, so that's unlikely. Am I making any progress? Can I sacrifice a piece? There's no maneuvering. How in the world do you make progress here? This is very, very frustrating. Okay, I thought this is a mistake. He should... Okay, he's still clearly better. Not like it's like he's not better, but I thought there he should play like rook c5. But I guess if there's no mate, he was afraid of rook d2. Yeah, maybe there's nothing. Okay. Maybe he had to do the threat of rook d2. So it's going to be try to get my rook free. I had a feeling this game wasn't completely over, even after I knew I was going to win his queen. I'm not surprised by this. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. It was all calculated. Really? He had it all planned out. It doesn't appear I have a move here. If I lose the c5 pawn, I lose the game. We try to sacrifice something? What was my plan again here? To not lose on time? Quite an impressive game. I think this is going to be the last one going. A nasty check there. That's obviously a draw. Sorry for repeating moves 100 times. Anyway, guys, it was fun today. Decided to sacrifice here. Yes. He's got a passed pawn too. Alright, this has to be a win somehow, does it not? Not so easy. Quite a difficult game this was. Rook f3, anybody? Rather not. Down to 3 games. Right on time. Well, you said 4. You're right. I guess it is 4. This is the one that I'm confident in. The others, not so much. Kyrgios might be losing. Against Dwayne Cadera, kind of unbelievable thing happened. Or I plan on winning his queen and then I'm like almost lost. I thought that the worst case scenario has a perpetual check. I'm not like losing. That's insane. I think it was just more or less like, I'm not sure if he saw it. I mean, if he saw rook takes, it'd be c2 check or not. Roasted Java is like losing on time. I call him Java because in Hungarian, you know, the J is pronounced like that. So rook takes, knight there, check. This should be enough to win. This is quite the awkward situation. What did I play? Rook d3? And this should be over. Rook b8. Rook b6. Wow. Right. King d5. Dwayne Cadera also has a lot of time left. I want to thank you guys for joining me, regardless of the outcome here. I like my passed pawns. This one we should win. Kyrgios we should win, but the game against mate in 47 is a really brutal spot where I'm not sure if he can win, but it could be very long. And the other one, I'm clearly worse also. How many did we lose so far, Jeroen? Just 2? Or was it 3? Not too many draws, which is kind of fun. Don't want too many draws. This is a bit awkward. It's kind of blockade setups. Not rook b8. I guess there's no defense. Kyrgios, he got himself in a bad ending pretty quickly and put up some resistance for a long time, but objectively I should have won that game earlier. Now c4. This one now, can black make progress here? It's not easy to do, but it's not impossible. I see he has some ideas, some new ideas. I should try to stay a little bit active here if possible, but not really seeing the options, too many options for that activity. in this position. He found rook c5. That's a pretty strong move. 1847. Where are you from, man? Netherlands. Okay. Yeah, this is a very sneaky move. This is so unpleasant. Maybe I can hang on, but I'm almost entirely reduced to passivity here. This last move was a brutal move, rook a5. Oh man, okay. This move, I guess. I guess this should be winning. Like c3. He shouldn't have a way to draw. Okay, I can't play rook d5 check. That's clearly what he's like hoping for, but I have rook here. I have hopes I can hang on to this game. This is close. Clearly, I'm lucky I get a pawn for that one. I'm lucky I can trade for the a pawn. He was getting the a pawn anyway. Where to go? F3 or F1? I guess F3. It's more active. Ah. There is a problem. Well, maybe not. Two very technical positions. Nobody's cheating here, as far as I know, guys. There's only one player who I was really overtly suspicious of. This is really, really close. We have to go away. Rosa Java got all his time back. He almost lost on time. Thanks for joining me, guys. I have a YouTube channel. I'd like you to check it out, Video Chess Training on YouTube. And I did upload a review session of last week's simul here on lichess, which featured 3 games from the simul stream, which I do every Sunday, 6:30 p.m. CET. We also have a Blitz and Classical stream I do Monday to Friday on lichess, which is 10 a.m. to 12:30 Central European time. Excuse me. And I also encourage anyone interested in training to hit me up with an email. My email is videochesstrainer@gmail.com. The YouTube channel is Video Chess Training. The email is videochesstrainer@gmail.com. All right, we're just getting out of here. We're gonna just boogie out. What happened? There was like a weird click over, and we're still thinking on this board. Really close games. Everybody's thinking. Well, we got to go away now. It looks like we could go maybe here, but I don't know if I want to cut off my own rook in this position. I think we just go away. We just walk away, but can we make progress if we walk away? That's the key question. I'm a little concerned there could be some study-like drop. My rook is in the worst possible place. I think my rook is probably in the worst possible place there. Like an ultra-technical ending. I don't know if this is a draw or a win for white. It's really close. I'm lucky I didn't get mated. Maybe I should cut off his king with rook f3. And then play g3. And I imagine that's going to be pretty hard for white to make progress in. Not so easy to cut him off, though. What if I try to play king e3, king e2, king d1? I guess I was misplaying this. Maybe I should play king d3, king e2, and king d1. Because king c2 isn't really a threat. And anyway, I get across. Getting across to the other side. Bishop to c4. No. Rook takes a7. Looks illegal or just bad. Illegal and or bad. Bishop f1. And he's got a nasty trick. This move I actually saw. It could spell the end for yours truly. We have a check. Does the check can do anything? My king is in the wrong place at the wrong time. Bishop f1 doesn't help. Running out of ideas there. Rook check. Rook f3. There's no time for that anymore. Now I have to play check and g3. I'm going to lose this game too. Well, he had to try king c2 there. Roasted Java. I would assume. Last 3 games. I was asking you to play some poker too. Well, I'm not playing any internet poker at this time. And we just went down the tubes here. So what's the status of this position? That's the question. Very, very close. I don't know what exactly I was hoping to play in this position. E5? Not really sure what I'm hoping to play. Doesn't look too good. Mate in 47 is going to have quite the good score against me. 50% out of 5 games. They were all simul games. No, blitz game. So he only lost the blitz game. Now he's gonna beat me in the simul game. Pretty strong, man. Strong player. Maybe I have to sack another pawn. I can't really afford to sack another pawn, though. But I don't have a concept what to do. Rook takes, king takes, king takes. King f4, king d6. Yeah. King f5, king d7. It's a win. That's a win. Looks like lost. Gonna lose all the final games. That never really happened lately. There's some steady way to hold on here, maybe. I can't imagine how it could be. This is a blunder or a calculated sacrifice? Good technique. Also a calculated sacrifice. Looks like we're going to lose quite a bit here. I like the comparisons between PayPal and playing poker. Very similar. This is resignable. Interesting game. All right, we're down to one game. This looks lost too. I could just resign. It's so anticlimactic to resign these last two games like this, though. I've never had a situation like that in any simuls I've done where all my final games were lost. And both played phenomenal endgame technique. I don't see how I can survive. He played too well. It just resigns. Alright guys, so final score 17 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. Not too many draws, which is good. Sometimes I got in time pressure in past simuls, had to start handing out draws. But I managed to escape from the time pressure issues. Only one player here gave me really pause for thought as far as likelihood of cheating. I won't say their name, but I mean I don't. Nothing is proven, but people are speculating. In general, I don't find too many people are cheating in the simul, so that's cool. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. We have 17 wins, 4 draws, 4 losses. Unfortunately, the last 2 were lost. And congratulations to those guys who played extremely well. The Due Cadera game, that was pretty strange, honestly. I mean, it was kind of just dumb luck. But the other game, Pawn 47, I mean, he just played really well. Mate 47, excuse me. Mate 47 just played really, really well, throughout. So I thought that was one of the best games as far as anybody had me just spatially crushed throughout. I just couldn't survive. Anyway, guys, tomorrow at yeah, the spamming's pretty bad today. I don't know what's going on with that, but I will be back tomorrow 10 a.m. CET with Blitz and Classical Chess here on lichess. Thank you to Jeroen for helping to moderate. Sorry you didn't get in the simul today. Came a little bit late. Hopefully they'll enable late joins to simul soon here on lichess. It would make it a lot more fun. So thanks everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning 10 a.m. and hopefully this week I will be able to do either a review of the simul or maybe something different, but something will be up on the YouTube channel later this week. Either a review of this or maybe some Blitz games from the Blitz and Classical stream. If you can, please support the stream and my YouTube channel by donating via PayPal. If not, you can just support the stream by being here and playing chess with us and taking part. So either way, we appreciate it. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central European Time. Thanks, Jeroen. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.